You dare?
Target locked.
Don't do this! My people will die!
Jeff, you're brittle bones.
Committing genocide to stop another genocide merely ensures no one is left alive.
Shepard, that's an order. Get back! What do you want? Stay there.
Hey there, I'm a psychopath. That means that I beautifully orchestrated the murder of all of my companions at the suicide mission completely unnecessarily but willingly and voluntarily. It also means I drink microwaved coffee out of a straw, 18 creams, 12 sugars. But mostly I just creatively seek the death of everyone I meet. Speaking of meat, here comes a useless piece of one now.
Commander,
You're not supposed to call me that anymore, James.
not supposed to salute you either. We gotta go. The defense committee wants to see you.
After all the shenanigans I pulled, not many people like me all that much. But as always, Anderson seems to still care slightly. Disgusting.
Something big's headed our way.
The Reapers?
We don't know.
Of course it's the Reapers!
It's the Reapers. And we're not ready for them, not by a long shot.
Tell that to the defense committee.
Unless we're planning to talk the Reapers to death, the committee is a waste of time.
You know more about this enemy than anyone.
That way they grounded me, took away my ship.
When you blew up the Batarian relay, hundreds of thousands of Batarians died.
Yeah, and I'd do it again just for kicks.
I'm just a soldier, Anderson. I'm no politician.
I don't need you to be either. I just need you to do whatever the hell it takes to help us stop the Reapers.
So here I was again, roped into more politics. Well, at least Ashley isn't-
Shepard.
Oh, good.
Ashley? Lieutenant Commander.
You hadn't heard.
What, that Ashley is a mindless drone for the Alliance?
Sorry, ma'am. Didn't mean to keep you out of the loop.
The only loop I want to be in when I see your face is a noose.
It's not like you learned the Reapers were coming and didn't tell me.
True enough.
See you later, you politician chained alien racist.
You know the commander?
I used to.
Well, there they were, a bunch of yard eggs who didn't listen to me at all, and now I get to scare them into submission.
The reports coming in are unlike anything we've seen.
Whatever this is, it's incomprehensibly powerful.
You brought me here to confirm what you already know. The Reapers are here.
Then, how do we stop them?
Stop them. The Reapers are more advanced than we are, more powerful, more intelligent. They don't fear us. And they'll never take pity on us.
There must be some way.
Each of us has to be willing to die to save humanity. Anything less, and they've already won.
That's our plan?
Admiral, we've lost contact with Luna Base. Sir, UK headquarters has a visual.
Then they showed me a movie where the cameraman actually died. Well, the Reapers were already here, and then this moron goes and says this.
What do we do?
The only thing we can. We fight or we die.
They weren't convinced of my plan, so the Reapers showed them that that's how it really do be. But as per usual, big laser pointer. Anderson's soothing voice brought me back to life just so I could make sure the defense committee learned their lesson. The Reapers were here way too early. I was supposed to destroy them and then destroy the rest of humanity. But now they were taking my victory away from me. With not a moment more to waste, Anderson and I booked it onto the roof and ran. I'll be honest, the insane amount of death and destruction the Reapers were causing did bring a tear to my eye. We casually made our way over the rooftops until I found the cliche jammed door, as to which I propped it open for myself, but Anderson assumed it was for him, so he greedily ran through first, forcing me to have to go see this kid who was venting.
Hey!
He wouldn't stop being dramatic.
Everyone's dying.
Shepard! In here.
And then he disappeared entirely, so I just left him there. The Reapers were being really loud and obnoxious and just kept taking all my kills, so I quickly tried to gun them down. My success didn't arrive and they just kept exploding things. We eventually ran into a bunch of fat-mouthed living ground beef, so I tossed them into the air like a salad and we spoke to some soldiers who were really bad at the game.
Stay here, son. We'll get you out of here.
Luckily, we abandoned them quickly and went birdwatching, threw some more enemies around, and found a completely trashed transceiver that barely got our message through.
Normandy, this is Anderson. Do you read?
Admiral, what?
Lieutenant! Damn it! Lost the signal.
Of course, we were forced into fighting a bunch of oncoming enemy waves while we waited for Joker to stop slacking off and do something. Then, and get this, Joker, on purpose, almost exploded us with the bombs he was supposed to drop on the enemies. Actually unreal and totally unacceptable. His pay would definitely be docked from $10.25 an hour to $8.50. Regardless of Joker's shortcomings, I knew I had to get out of there, so I Tom Cruise ran up and leapt onto my ship, where, had I known Ashley would have been there, I would have just shot myself in the head first. Anderson saw that the evac shuttle had picked up booster juice on the way over,
I'm not going.
so naturally, he went with them instead. Then Anderson told me to do something I never wanted to hear again.
Talk to the council. Convince them to help us.
What if they won't listen?
Then make them listen. Now go. That's an order.
I don't take orders from you anymore, remember?
Consider yourself reinstated.
And then he chucked a bathtub
Commander.
plug at me.
You know what you have to do.
What, plug up the Reapers?
Good luck.
You too, Shepard.
With that, I turned around and glared at Ashley because she's stupid, and then we took off. And as we left Earth for who knows how long, I watched in pure disgust as the Reapers claimed easy prey, easy kills that were rightfully mine. Even Timmy or Tommy or Billy or Bobby or whatever, alongside handfuls of innocents trying to evacuate. Every time the Reapers murdered, my kill-to-death ratio dropped significantly, and I was powerless to stop them. Oh, but I would. I would take what's rightfully mine. Well, 1 second after boarding, James decided to play 20 questions.
What the hell's going on? Where's Anderson? Where are we going?
I wish I had some Pogs or Lego to distract him with.
Hey!
I don't even know why he's
We're
here.
leaving.
Leaving?
Without help, this war's already over.
Then you can drop me off at the nearest depot, because I'm not.
Stop it, Lieutenant. You don't want to go. We get it. But this isn't a democracy. We're going to the Citadel. You want out? You can catch a ride back from there.
Hackett called me and told me to go to Mars.
First, I need you to find an outpost on Mars.
Yes, sir. Joker, set a course for the Mars Archives.
And so we raced off to Mars on a little suicide mission of my own, having to babysit Ashley and James at the same time. We just arrived on the surface of Mars, and immediately James couldn't shut up.
Still no contact from the base, but we've got a massive storm headed our way. After that, we're gonna have difficulty keeping up comms with the Normandy.
However, I did tune him out with the agonizing screams of pain let out by my enemies literally imploding from the inside out, so that did help.
Those guys were Cerberus, weren't they?
Sure look like it.
I tried to get in a quick Minecraft speedrun, but Ashley was not having it.
Do you know anything about this? What is Cerberus doing here?
I use them to take down the collectors. That's it.
They rebuilt you from scratch. They gave your ship, resources.
Let me be clear. I've had no contact with Cerberus since I destroyed the collector base.
Sorry, Shepard.
You just what, Ashley? Get over yourself.
But I'm done explaining myself to you.
What's wrong, Ashley? You're gonna cry? When I entered the building, there was some intense banging happening, and for once, it wasn't Ashley and James. Turns out some locals were playing IRL Among Us, but somehow the crewmate was venting. Well, the Asari anti-gravitied the imposters and shot holes the size of bullets into them. Big boy James tried to be cool, but I told him he's not.
She's with us.
I've discovered plans for a Prothean device, one that could wipe out the Reapers.
Here? On Mars?
In the Prothean archives, yes.
It's more than we had a minute ago. How do we get it?
The archives are just across that tramway.
I made a quick rule that whichever companion spoke first had to go back to the ship.
Bring it on.
Looks like it's James.
Not this time, James.
What?
I made sure to keep my comms to James open the entire time, but had him muted, so he could hear all the fun we were having, but we couldn't hear him crying. It was great. We made our way through the facility and closer to whatever the heck Hackett wanted me to find.
Doesn't look like it was forced.
I made sure all the dead people weren't faking it because that would be lying and that's not forgivable. Turns out Cerberus wanted me to kill a lot of their absolutely pathetic cowards, so we gunned down and/or biotic slammed every insignificant fool. We easily avoided a giant turret that couldn't even get a lock on us.
Keep moving.
Killed the remaining Cerberus nerds, and then Ashley decided to directly play the stupid shock factor card to try and expose me.
Engineered by Cerberus, they claim to stand for humanity, and they do this to their own people. That could have been you, Shepard.
Ashley, I'm not a makeup YouTuber. You can't expose me that easily.
I don't have the time or energy to convince you to follow me. Come on.
We made Cerberus troopers float around in a little elevator like it was one of those fake skydiving rides, but one where everyone dies at the end. We got on and reactivated the elevator, but sadly, we did get bombed and attacked. However, with one singularity blast, all the enemies just kind of floated off and fell. We killed off what few weaklings remained and busted into the server room where the elusive man decided to take his smoke break and chat with me.
Shepard.
What do you want?
What I've always wanted. The data in these artifacts holds the key to solving the Reaper threat.
With that data, I'll rid the galaxy of those machines once and for all.
Your vision is pathetically limited. Don't interfere with my plan, Shepard. I won't warn you again.
Go to hell.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Hey!
Ashley found a single unarmed lady who ended up knocking her down, unsurprisingly, and her failure resulted in a chase across the facility. None of our weapons did anything to her, and Cerberus just kept sending their troops in to die. But finally, after running a triathlon across the station, she got in her ship to escape.
He's getting away! James! Normandy! Anybody!
Lucky for us, James was drinking and driving again.
I got this one.
But as we left, very defined robot woman emerged from the flames. Naturally, Ashley figured she would undo her embarrassing failure from before. But instead, facepalm of doom.
Orders?
Finish her.
As enjoyable as it was to watch, that suit was very expensive, so I laced my bullets with anti-cutscene spray and took the robot down. Well, Ashley looked a little worse for wear. I told James to grab Ashley, but he's not that perceptive.
Grab that thing!
So I guess we'll take the robot too, James. Finally, Joker arrived, literally a minute after I needed him, of course, and we hightailed it out of there. I dumped Ashley onto the nearest slab, James doing the same with the robot. Then Dead Mom Lady just had to say,
Ashley needs medical attention.
I disagreed, but any opportunity to get rid of Ashley is one I'll take. She looked fine to me anyways.
Barely got a pulse here.
Move him out.
Where are you taking her?
Where to Memorial. Best care in the Citadel.
Is that a hospital or a graveyard?
We're not going with?
We need to see the council.
Looks like they might be coming to see you.
Commander Shepard.
Captain Bailey. Good to see you again.
You too. Though it's Commander now.
Do I look like I care?
Congratulations.
He brought me around Citadel 3.0 and told me to go speak with the council or go check on Ashley first.
You might have time to go by the medical center if you want to check on progress over there.
Obviously.
Meeting with the council is our top priority.
You?
I'm just a tourist today. I'll try not to get in any trouble.
Knowing James, he'd probably just get stuck in a vending machine or something. Anyways, I raced off to visit with the council.
Commander, Councilor Udina said you'd be coming.
And listen to them babble on and on about how they just don't care. Again.
The Reapers won't stop it. They'll destroy every organic being in the galaxy if we don't find a way to stop it.
Naturally, because I didn't say the magic words, I can easily replace you all like I did with the last council. They didn't listen to me.
The council cannot give Earth the military support it needs.
Shepard, meet me in my office.
So I met with Udina.
How can they be so blind?
Commander.
But the Turian counselor actually wanted to help.
But I can tell you how to get it. Save the Primarch, gain an ally. One with the power to grant you what you're looking for.
Well, the Reapers ravage Earth.
We need to work together. This is the best way to get that.
Lucky guy. I'd probably get him killed last. So that wrapped up my political romp and I headed back to the ship only to be stopped by the one and only...
Commander Shepard. Commander, the people of the Alliance have questions. Commander Shepard. Khaleesa bint Sin and Al-Jalani. Isn't it true that you were on Earth when the Reapers attacked? How do you justify running away while millions of people on Earth die? Is that the best?
I've had enough of your tabloid journalism.
Not this time, you militant.
I had defeated my greatest enemy.
But I came here to get help for Earth, not answer your questions. Stay down.
Now for the Reapers next. But they would have to wait because I was busy dreaming. And that's when I saw him. As a reminder of my failure on Earth. There he stood before me, Tommy or Timmy or Bobby or Billy or Steve or something. The one that got away. But then I was rudely awoken by some freak who just couldn't shut up.
Thanks, Edie, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how attractive your voice was.
I now regretted killing Kelly. Anyways, she proceeded to explain to me my own ship, the one I've been flying since day one. I left to go speak with Hackett.
Commander, build alliances. Gather everything and everybody you can for the cause. I'll take ships, soldiers, supplies, whatever you can get.
You can count on it, sir.
It's not just me, it's everyone back on Earth.
Well, I don't care about them, so that's terrible incentive. Well, we hit up that big energy sword-looking cannon and blasted off into Reaper-infested territory to enjoy some good old-fashioned Turian killing.
Strongest military in the galaxy, and the Reapers are obliterating it.
Don't look so sad. They flew us into the hot zone, as to which we immediately destroyed all of the approaching Reapers, watched some planes fly by, and met up with some Commander Turian.
Commander Shepard, heard you were coming, but I didn't believe it. General Corinthus, with such heavy casualties, it's hard for me to be certain who the next Primarch is. Palaven Command will know. However, at the moment, contacting them is impossible. The comm tower is out.
He instantly put us to work by fixing their broken 5G cell tower, so of course, knowing I was currently unable to purposefully post wrong Fallout lore to Reddit, I made James fix their radio.
James, you're up for tower repair.
On it. Might take me a while, but I'll do my best.
After fighting heaps of scraggly zombie husks and watching James get assassinated, we made our way back, assuming we were done.
Of course not.
Of course, he sent us out to do more of his chores, the usual cleaning up of the Reaper invasion on the airfield, you know, typical Shepard stuff. After we cleaned up that riffraff, we were immediately given more chores.
Still trying to raise the Primarch, but we've got trouble back here at the main barricade.
I sat on that turret because I had to, not because I wanted to. Life sucked. Then some massive ogre knocked me down into the bullpen, so I had to utterly decimate it so that I wouldn't get made fun of by all the Turian troops watching.
What's the word of the Primarch?
Still can't get a stable comm link.
Well, I was done here.
Okay.
So we ran all the way across the moon on foot.
Where would Garrus have been in all this?
Pissed. And right in the thick of it.
And since James wouldn't stop talking, I put him in timeout spots every chance I could.
You bet.
Whenever there was action, James wouldn't see a second of it. Whenever there was a corner, James was sent to it. We arrived at the second station to find that the Turians sucked so bad at their job, I had to run in, guns absolutely blazing, and obliterate all the enemies like it was nothing. I then found a big cannon and killed 2 brutes in one shot, and just launched everyone else into the stratosphere. Finally,
General Victus?
I met with the new Garrus guy.
Yes?
General, you're needed off planet. I've come to get you.
I'm no diplomat. I hate diplomats.
This is crucial. I need you on top of your game. Are you in or out?
Give me a moment to say goodbye to my men.
I let them because they'd all die, probably.
We need the Krogan. I can't see us winning this thing without them.
The Krogan?
It'd been so long I'd almost forgotten that the Krogan existed. Every time I had one in my company, they ended up dead somehow.
I apologize for being so frank, Commander, but your plan feels doomed to failure. So no, the Asari will not be at your summit.
Our alliance would be stronger with the Krogan. You need them. We all do.
Good luck, Commander. And goodbye.
Wow, what a surprise. The politicians don't want to help me again. So Joker forgot to pay the power bill again.
Commander, Edie just went offline.
I went to go see what Joker was complaining about, but it was just Eddie.
Edie? Yes.
She was hideous. So anyways, I made my way to the potato cellar where I kept James. He was trying to get stronger because he's a little weakling. In fact, that's why I was here. I was gonna beat the crap out of him.
Hey, but a good leader. I chose the intel.
I let him get one good hit in for false hope. From there on out, I just continued to beat the ever-living tar out of his sorry hide and then body slammed him like he was a pillow.
Thanks for the pep talk.
I literally don't care.
Thanks for the dance, Lola.
No nicknames, Lieutenant.
Your ship, your rules. Your loss.
Okay, James. After James left, I bumped into an actually useful crewmate.
Good dog.
With that, we blasted off to negotiate some terms with a couple of meaningless galactic races.
You need our help? Cure the genophage.
Absolutely not. The genophage is non-negotiable.
Whether you like it or not, we need Krogan help to win this war.
There was a Solarian, male. He took some kind of twisted pity on our females and tested a cure on them. It worked, but that scared the piss out of the Dalatras here. So she ordered her goon squads to take them prisoner.
Where did you get this? It could be a fabrication.
No more lies!
If it takes a cure to cement this alliance, then that's what I'm doing.
She's right. The hard truth is we don't have a choice. Give Reeve what he wants.
Even though I was done talking, the Dalatras was not. So then I put her in her place.
Will be nothing compared to what happens if the Reapers win.
Let's get the female.
Yeah! So I chose my team of not James, and we set off for the Solarian homeworld. But of course, the minute we arrived,
Reeve, don't.
just like every entrance, we have every single gun in the area pointed at us. A classic.
Commander Shepard, restrain your colleague. We only found out about this transfer a few moments ago.
I made them apologize.
Does Solarian hospitality always come with sharpshooters? This is an insult to the Alliance.
Krogan are still considered a hostile race.
And I'd be more than happy to show you why.
But we must insist the Krogan remain under guard.
I was fine with the Solarians babysitting Reeve, so long as I didn't have
And if
to.
we insist otherwise,
you'll have another war on your hands.
I actually don't see a problem with that.
Wouldn't want any dead Solarians, now would we?
Before we rescued the last remaining Krogan female to cure the genophage, there was one more important thing I needed to do.
Please don't touch that. As I said, Commander, don't touch that. Again, I would ask you to refrain from touching that. Really? You must stop touching that.
With the top priorities out of the way, we got into the elevator to the lab. It seemed like there was something wrong, but the Solarians didn't seem concerned, so neither was I.
what's happening?
We should get moving, Commander.
But of course, when we finally arrived...
These are the females. I'm afraid they didn't survive.
What? I don't get the cure, I lose all hope of keeping this alliance together.
One female did respond to treatment. She's immune to the genophage, and the only hope the Krogan have left.
So I said exactly what I needed to say.
You're the key to a truce between the Krogan and Turians.
So, I'm useful to you.
But like usual, enemies arrived to ruin the day, and everyone panicked, so I just made a plan to save the female Krogan, cause no one else mattered on this planet.
Release the female. We're leaving.
I can't. Protocol states during lockdown, no specimen. Protocol has been overridden. Commander, I'll need to accompany the pod through the quarantine process. You should meet us at the next checkpoint.
Everything depends on her.
Understood. Get back to the elevator, Commander.
I shot the female Krogan just in case, but sadly nothing happened. So then... Bomb.
Get back!
We did try to save the wounded, but had no such success, so we just left. Turns out I accidentally ran past literally all of the Cerberus troopers and managed to get all of the Solarian fighters killed because I didn't help. So that was pretty neato. Well, after that fiasco, we fought our way off this absolute primitive laboratory, saw an Ogrim from Morrowind, made a bunch of guys float around, and then spent like 20 minutes fighting a single turret. After killing pretty much everyone, we arrived at the female Krogan elevator, but of course...
You need to authorize her release, Commander.
Titanfall 3.
Shepard, I can't land until you deal with that mech. It's too dangerous.
Naturally, we ripped the Atlas pretty much in half, and literally it never made any of us break a sweat. Because it's bad. We finally met with the female Krogan, but then she did something terrible. She stole 2 of my kills. I tried to go up and kill them myself, but I knew I couldn't even count them because they were already drowning in their own blood.
What do you want?
I would remember the female Krogan's actions here. So anyways, Hackett was busy at work assembling the giant forbidden Death Star on a stick, and as for me, I was busy not getting as many war assets as possible. So we took off to the Exodus cluster, and I chose the only 2 available companions to me because James was busy packing our lunches. And we headed off to accomplish a very important task. We searched the facility and found really nothing of importance until we came across it. The exact thing I traveled here for.
A Prothean.
So we defended the casket from the completely mindless Cerberus troopers, and I watched a bunch of old TV shows really quickly, and I figured out what I had to do.
I think I can duplicate that to open the life pod.
With that, I ran back to test the pod's durability, and then we proceeded to slaying dozens of Cerberus's lackeys who had nothing better to do with their time than pretty much just become human sacrifices to me, the Nug. They did send another mech, but as per usual, it was completely useless and we slaughtered it almost instantly, alongside a bunch of other garbage foot soldiers who just hid behind cover mostly. After Cerberus gave up, we opened the casket, and it was exactly what I asked Santa for. One good old-fashioned Prothean. It did originally attack me, but then it bowed to me. And why, you may ask, did I take the time to free this guy? Well, no other reason than forcing the last remaining Prothean to watch, again, the fall of all organic life and then truly wipe them all out for good. Just a little appetizer before the main course.
Then we will see.
Anyways, we flew off to the Citadel to acquire one important asset to my crew.
Commander, just who I was looking for. Diana Allers, Alliance News Network. I think we can help each other. My producers want me embedded on a human ship, and I want that ship to be the Normandy.
Why would I want that?
I've got Alliance security clearance and operate without a crew. You get veto power over the segments I file. Can you handle an arrangement like that? Or do I keep looking?
Obviously, this could only result in more renegade behavior.
Tell your producers yes for now. We'll see how it works out. Report to the ship as soon as possible.
Aye, aye, Commander.
What did I just do? Then I talked to Trailer for the first and hopefully last time.
Commander, I found something while scanning Alliance channels. It could be important.
But I immediately disregarded her suggestion and forgot what she said.
This sounds like a job for an evac transport.
Right.
We finally headed to Tachanka and I loaded up Eddie and Dead Mom Lady for departure.
Do we know what Cerberus is up to?
No, but we do know that Cerberus doesn't act without a plan. Get in there and stop them. Find out what they're up to while you're at it.
We'll get it done.
And so we flew by massive cannons that probably destroyed our eardrums and marched right into the base now occupied by Cerberus. We ripped the useless inferior's limb from limb, made this guy perform ballet for us, and then we pushed a big button, but of course...
They cut power to the console.
We gunned down the remaining Cerberus forces, shot the power consoles to open them, which didn't at all damage the on switches, killed a couple of Cerberus troopers left behind, and finally pushed the big green button real good.
Commander, cruiser initiating bombardment.
Cannon control restored. Targeting enabled. Firing.
Direct starboard hit, Commander.
Once again, we stopped Cerberus in their tracks because they're a bunch of dumb idiots.
Good work, everyone.
But I needed to be careful. I was starting to gain war assets. Oh, and we quickly broke into a Cerberus lab, stole a bunch of data, and got out of there causing as much death and pain as possible. The usual.
Commander, we've got our best engineers looking at the Reaper tech you secured from that lab.
What was Cerberus doing with it?
We don't know yet, but whatever Cerberus is up to, it can't be good.
So I talked to Reeve, and he got all awkward and quiet like.
We've heard some troubling rumors about the Rachni relay.
Rachni?
A few scouts went to check it out, but we lost contact. So I sent Arlec Company, my best squad, to investigate. They can meet you there. Given your history with the Rachni, I figured you'd want in on this.
So I reluctantly waltzed across the ship and blasted off to go meet up with Reeves, more than likely incompetent company. I chose my two non-James squad members, and we landed on some piece of trash abandoned wasteland of a planet.
Team 2, get going. Updates every 10 minutes. Understood?
You must be the backup.
Commander Shepard, Erdnot Dag. I speak for Arlec Company. I was told you're in command.
That's right.
I envy your enemies, Commander. To be hated by one so powerful speaks well of you.
What an absolute pathetic suck-up.
I don't want a bunch of glory-seeking hotheads disobeying my commands. Clear?
Resupply here, Commander. Meet you at the scout camp up ahead.
Copy that, Dag.
Well, time to go kill some Rachni. I made it about a total of 20 steps before I managed to be too heavy for this building, and the entire thing slid down a mountain. Lucky, I was not turned into a 10-piece pancake after that one.
Everyone all right?
You are eager to find the enemy, Commander.
So I found a flamethrower and just started torching the place. I figured, hey, if I was meant to have a flamethrower, this place was meant to burn. We encountered some creepy Reaper spider-looking things, so naturally we obliterated them and lit everything on fire just for good measure. After torching the corridors and burning all the babies, we met up with some local husks, bunch of more baby pods, some cannibals, and then I suplexed and curb stomped this poser. There were heaps of Ravagers and egg sac pods to fight through, but if there was one thing I would guarantee, the babies would burn. We destroyed a thing and then Dag showed up.
The Rachni were clever to seal the passage. Shut up escape and smash your enemies against the stone. Ensure you have time to finish this.
Although Dag did seem in a hurry, I was not, so he could wait.
What is that?
Turns out, big bug.
Dag, we've located the central chamber.
Excellent. Shut it down, Commander.
They locked us in here with some massive metal pillars, so it was impossible to move them. Never mind, you just had to shoot this thing. Well, we ended up having to fight an absolute stupid amount of Reapers to even try to get the pillars down, but we eventually shut all the blue circles and the walls did drop down.
Commander, the Rachni are backing off. They will be back. Whatever you're doing, do it fast.
Copy that.
We stop her.
Goddess.
Screaming. Silence.
How is this possible? I destroyed the last Rachni Queen.
I am not Queen. Not proud Rachni. Alone.
Shepard, I don't know what you're thinking, but this can't continue.
I will destroy the machines. Release me! Commander, we got hostiles. If we stay here, all our company dies.
Turns out Dag was just another drama queen. This was a good choice.
Change of plans. Arlac Company buys her time to escape. Dag, get back here and lead us out.
Commander, I'm leaving my team and falling back.
Neither Dead Mom Lady nor Jeff's lover wanted this, but I did, so it was happening. Dag somehow managed to blow down an entire wall with a single shotgun blast, so I'm not really sure why we didn't just do that in the first place. Well, things were starting to get intense, but Dag murdered one of the spiders in cold blood. As usual, we arrived at a spider tea party, but I knew we could just outrun these things. That's worked out this far. But of course, Dag gets all dramatic.
The shuttle's down that path. I'll hold them off. Go, Commander!
I was infuriated. Another Krogan I didn't get to kill myself. Well, Dag ran out there like a friggin' idiot, didn't even try to get that far, and literally lasted about 10 seconds. In fact, we just watched the whole time too. There was no need for him to do this, but he seemed like he just really wanted to.
Cortez, we're the last ones out.
Copy that, Commander. Shuttle is waiting.
I glanced back at the cave. This was a good cave. And then, like a normie Twitch streamer, I said,
"Let's go."
I'm reviewing your report on the Rachni situation, Commander. Making an ally out of that Rachni surrogate was a risky move. We need all the help we can get, but I have some serious doubts on this one.
Noted, sir.
Turns out Reeve wasn't too happy I let his entire company get horrendously slaughtered by saving the Rachni
Your
instead.
report says you made a deal with the Rachni. And not even Rachni, but some hacked-together Reaper monster. You were sent to destroy them.
I'm using whatever I can to win this war, Reeve. I make hard choices that scare politicians. Politicians like you.
You dare.
I do. Are we done here?
The deaths of so many Krogan to save this abomination. It will be remembered.
Good. Add that to Vermeer. Things were just starting to get juicy, and then this nerd says,
Commander, I've verified the initial test results. Eve's cells are accepting the male Krogan tissue. There is a facility on Tachanka. It might suit our purposes. The Shroud. The tower disperses atmospheric particles to protect the planet from solar radiation, but it had another use as well.
We used it to secretly spread the genophage virus. It ended the Krogan rebellions.
You're lucky it worked.
Then finish your preparations and be ready to go, Wix.
Certainly. I'll be in the med bay with Eve if you need me.
Well, looks like we're off to ruin some more relationships. But of course, Joker was blaming the Reapers for his poor flying skills.
All hands, full stop! Hostiles detected at the landing coordinates. Sensors show a Reaper parked at the Shroud facility. No way you're gonna be able to land a shuttle there.
Get everyone assembled in the war room. I want eyes on the Shroud.
Aye, ma'am.
A new form of Reaper at the Shroud facility, Commander. It's using the tower to poison Tachanka's atmosphere.
They're afraid to take us head on.
Primarch, we're gonna need your help.
That could be difficult. Our losses on Palaven have been catastrophic.
Well, I don't care.
You said you'd help. It's time to deliver.
I will sacrifice every single one of you for my cause without hesitation.
It's now or never.
Now. Today, the Krogan rise again.
Well, the Dalatras Skype called me and said that instead, I should sabotage the cure. Obviously, I would entertain this idea heavily. Because James couldn't do 10,000 push-ups in a single go, he was on sandwich making duty again.
I've spoken with the other clans. They're gathering on our secret meeting ground at the Hollows. We'll rendezvous there and take an armored convoy against the Reaper. After today, Krogan's superiority will be obvious to everyone.
Your strength was never in doubt. Only what you did with it.
I didn't listen to a word of any of them said. All I could think about was the sabotage and which choice would cause more chaos.
The Reapers are attacking the Hollows. Be ready for a fight.
The planet was utterly decimated by the Reapers. It was gorgeous. When we landed, Reeve immediately stole my kill. But it didn't matter because he backed off and let me kill an entire auditorium filled with husks anyways. When they were all dead, then they showed up to help.
The female is safe, Commander, but we shouldn't linger. Her vital signs concern me.
Well, obviously that didn't matter because she crashed the party anyways. Although the Krogan were hesitant to let the Solarian help, I basically told them I'd exterminate their race if they didn't chip in.
I don't want to regret curing the genophage. Do you want this or not?
Of course they do!
We headed out to the tower, but Reeve started to show his true leadership intentions.
Our people were made for war. It's what they want.
And you need to be the leader who tells them they're wrong.
You must adapt, or face the same fate as your ancestors.
And would our ancestors forgive their enemies so easily?
So I encouraged his lust for revenge.
If the Reapers were to destroy Earth, I'd never stop avenging the loss. Ever.
Spoken like a true Krogan.
There's that look in your eye again, Commander. What's troubling you?
But then I dodged the questions again.
Just thinking about Earth.
Well, we finally arrived at McDonald's and the giant glowing tower. But as I got ready to go, an image of James came to mind.
It's looking ugly out here.
But luckily, a bunch of Turian fighter jets flew on by to try to take out the Reaper, but since they were probably taught by Joker, they were garbage, and one of them tried on purpose to crash right into me. With that incident out of the way, we went down to play some Krogan Tomb Raider and continued further on into the ruins. A heap of terrible Reaper fighters came to oppose us, so we gladly smashed their weak little bodies in. But of course, giant Dune sandworm. We continued fighting through droves of husks like they were nothing more than a couple of tallies or garrisons, just really easy to kill because they don't matter at all and no one likes them. When we finally met up with Reeve's trucks, the giant sandworm ate one of them.
It's Calroth!
Which was fine because I didn't care.
We're in! Go!
With that, we took off towards the tower.
There are 2 Maw hammers there. The largest in existence. If you can activate them, Calroth will come. That should distract the Reaper.
In the meantime, the laboratory is just over there. I can finish synthesizing the cure.
Once again, I'm not here to encourage them.
So let's make it happen.
I told them just to get it done. And yet again, we were opposed by a horde of Reapers, so we just smacked him around a bunch and launched this guy into space. I ran towards the Reaper like it was the last remaining Score McFlurry. No stupid death beams would stop me now. What did stop me was the duo brute combo thrown at me and pinning me to the wall. Well, after that embarrassment, we decided to just kill the brutes instantly, and I pushed in a button. I booked it at Mach 10 to the other side of the platform, almost got stepped on, and then I pushed the final button. which didn't actually do a whole lot to be honest, except release a giant sandworm. After the sandworm chokeslammed the Reaper, I rode the elevator to the top of the spire, and now it was time to decide which race to screw over more.
But I'm afraid Eve didn't make it.
Well, turns out Eve was dead, so that makes my choice very clear.
Despite her pain, she insisted we continue with the cure. I'm sorry. Without her influence, Reeve's ambitions could pose trouble in the future.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Something is wrong. Readings indicate a temperature malfunction. It could affect the cure's viability.
Curing the genophage would be a brutal mistake and create an unpredictable, unstoppable army. So I did it.
That's because your people sabotaged the Shroud years ago.
They never could let life find its own way. Always making things worse, never better. And you kept it secret.
Obviously lying about the sabotage caught up to me.
I was offered a deal by your government.
And you're thinking of accepting that deal.
My own world is hanging on by a thread. I have to consider every option.
Committing genocide to stop another genocide merely ensures no one is left alive. My own path is clear. I have to fix this.
Why is this so important to you?
All I've ever done my entire career is destroy the natural course of the universe. This is my chance to make amends.
So now, curing the genophage ruined the universe more.
Go! Save the cure!
Thank you, Commander.
And that was that. Plus, as a bonus to ruining everything, Paddock died in the process. It was magical, like the end of a Disney princess movie, but one where I created an unstoppable, bloodthirsty army seeking revenge. I'm hated by an entire alien race, and I allowed every reasonable person to die. So anyways, we burned Eve's body and I spoke some heartfelt words.
Our hopes for Krogan enlightenment weren't very realistic. This might spare her the disappointment of seeing that.
You lived up to your word. Now I'll do the same. Tell the Turians we're more than happy to come show them how to win a war.
Reeve has agreed to help the Turians, Admiral.
I take it that leaves the Solarians out of the equation.
The cost of their support was too high, sir.
Let's hope we don't need them.
We won't. They're useless.
Packet out.
And when the time comes to deploy it, the full measure of our fleet will be there for Earth.
With that, we gained the Turian fleet, so now I don't have to help them in any other way. Then Trailer suggested I sleep and then stared at my butt shamelessly for like 10 minutes.
Someone with a vested interest in your success, Commander.
She's lucky I was exhausted, or else I would have Kelly'd her sorry hide. Of course, Trailer's suggested sleep sent me straight into this dream again. She was skating on thin ice. Well, I had to chase this little nerd around again, and of course he spontaneously combusted into flames like usual, reminding me of the one that got away. Well, I quickly booted up some wordscapes to calm down a bit, but my chill time was short-lived.
Commander.
Can I help you, Counselor?
Shepard, I want you to understand that I owe my position to you, and it's not something that I take lightly. But now I'm forced to champion a cure for the genophage.
I suggest capitalizing on tragedy. That always works well.
It's not a wildfire, it's the death of the galaxy. Drum that into your people's heads.
Has a ring to it. But that is not the only reason I contacted you. The other regards humanity's counselor, Udina. We need to talk about his activities. The less than legal ones.
Udina? Illegal activities? Oh, I have been waiting a while to justify what I was about to do. But when I went to Joker...
Alliance Control, this is SSV Normandy. Are we clear to descend?
He was delaying our descent to the Citadel on purpose.
I got a bad feeling here. Checking emergency channels. No!
What have you got?
To all incoming ships, the Citadel is under attack. Do not attempt to land. Cerberus is controlling all docks.
Since you can't dock, we'll deploy in the shuttle. Get us in near CSEC headquarters.
Aye, aye, Commander.
With that said, James messed up our sandwiches last time, so he was on lunch duty again to make up for his failure. And so we stormed the Citadel, but of course the peace and quiet wasn't to last. Cerberus sent a bunch of mindless losers to go pretend like they could shoot guns. Killing them all senselessly, in my opinion, was an act of mercy. Of course, one of them was so incompetent at fighting that he fell off of a railing and just started yelling. So we had to throw pop cans and stuff at him to finish him off. Finally, we met up with Bailey.
Bailey, how bad are you hurt?
I'm alright. It looks worse than it is.
Are the counselors even alive?
I'll know more if I can access the terminal inside.
Can you get us in?
If no one interrupts me with a bullet this time.
The counselor's in there, surrounded by Cerberus?
We need to find the counselor and get her out of here.
After Bailey was literally no help at all, we stormed our way through the Citadel, absolutely destroying Cerberus. Honestly, at this point, I've realized how truly incapable Cerberus really is. They're just bad. Well, doesn't matter. We barged into that strange office you always see somewhere in a grocery store that looks over everyone.
Found her. She looks unharmed.
But luckily, there was an assassin there to kill the Solarian counselor.
Don't even think about it.
Shepard, he's going to kill us all.
That remains to be seen.
I mean Udina. He's staging a coup. The other counselors are headed for a trap.
She told me everything I needed to justify shooting Udina, and then she pulled the classic, use invisibility cloak but don't actually move tactic. She died.
You're gonna pay for that.
The chase was on. We ditched the super dead counselor, capped ourselves a ride, and then had it immediately destroyed by some Genji main. Since the ship was weak to a sword slash, I was forced to crash land into some strip mall where I had another kill taken from me. That was it. Cerberus died extra tonight, and that does include the infamous move, Taser Rail Slam 500. We murdered everyone, including another giant and completely lost mech that had no idea how to fight. We launched a guy straight up into the penthouse suites and then stormed the elevators where Cyberpunk already was, no doubt heading up to the nearest Licenza to complete his outfit. We busted into the nearby elevator and rode it up, gunning down every other elevator in our path. Didn't matter who was on him. But then Ashley, or should I say Council Bootlickin' Brunette, fired on me intentionally. They did try to run, but they forgot one small detail.
Cerberus hit the shuttle. Everybody back to the elevator.
I also could do that. And then I had him in my sights.
Shepard?
Who else would I be, you lip-injected windbag?
She's with Cerberus.
Weapons down. All of you.
You're in no position to dictate terms.
My gun says otherwise.
Would I do this if I wasn't dead certain, Ash? If I weren't right. Udina's behind this attack. The Solarian counselor confirmed it.
My evidence suggests otherwise. Here is Commander Shepard pulling the trigger.
Of course, Udina learned how to use After Effects, so things look pretty bad.
What more do you need?
I'm sold.
Ashley, you'd sell out for a moldy 30-day-old anchovy pizza.
What Shepard says is possible. Unlikely, but possible.
We don't have time to debate this. We're dead if we stay out here. I'm overriding the law.
Then Ashley had the audacity to say,
"Holster your weapon, soldier."
So I shot her. And then I shot Udina. Nuking Caden instead of Ashley was the best decision of my life.
He was with Cerberus. So were you. I hope the Reapers send you to hell.
Okie dokie there, Ashley. What a drama queen.
I'll cover you if they get through the door.
The door!
Yes, that's what I said, the door. I got ready for the fight of my life, but instead of bad guys, it was just these casuals.
Made it as fast as we could, Shepard. Looks like you took care of things.
Meaning all this killing was for nothing.
Then it's
my
true.
favorite kind.
You weren't, but I don't understand. You said Cerberus was right here.
Sorry, Counselor, I'll say it plain. Shepard just saved the lot of you.
And I owe you, Shepard, for our lives and for brokering a deal with the Primarch and the Krogan that I never could.
About time, you Turian trash.
Too bad it took this to get you on board.
We will not make that same mistake again.
Wow, what a day that was. I'd definitely be sleeping good tonight. I initially headed back to my ship, but instead I found myself at the Purgatory Bar. I watched a bunch of losers awkwardly attempting to dance, and then tried to order a drink, but the bartender was just doing this the whole time. I found Joker chilling at the bar, so naturally...
What do you think about me and Edie?
Jeff, you have brittle bones. She's made of metal.
I absolutely crushed any form of infatuation he had for Eddie and made him feel absolutely alone and unloved.
Maybe you're right. Thanks, Shepard.
A 10-piece nug specialty. After destroying Joker's potential love life, I decided to get completely wasted. This was a good idea because they just kept giving me free drinks and I blacked out. After I got completely wasted, I decided to go get absolutely wasted. This was an even better idea because this time I got 4 drinks instead of 3, and I blacked out and woke up in an elevator looking like a total loser. What a perfect way to end a great day. Then I went back to the Normandy and zoomed with Anderson and Hackett.
Your assassin. I'll have Hackett send you my reports on him.
I don't care who he is. Next time we meet, he dies.
And I visited that weird reporter lady's creepy room with a wall of what I could only assume to be her murder victim photos. So of course, I demanded an interview.
Can we set up an interview in your cabin?
I eagerly ran back to my room, knowing that this could only go well.
Trainer, can you send Diana up? She wanted an interview.
Trailer was jealous.
Right away, Commander.
Ready for a chat, Commander?
I'm ready.
The Alliance Parliament is destroyed, and the Prime Minister's dead. The line of succession is getting pretty short. How long do you expect any new Alliance administration to last?
My answer was obvious.
That's an irresponsible and dangerous question to ask in the middle of a war. We're done here.
But
we're done.
Thanks for your time, Commander. This is Diana Allers for Battlespace. Good night, and stay strong. Well, I suppose I could have played that better. I'm sure you're not fond of me right now, but I asked the question millions of people are asking.
Then she did this really weird hand thing. It was awkward. So anyways, we flew back to the Citadel so I could go release a dangerous fugitive from Bailey.
Shepard, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Here to talk to you about releasing Jonas Sedaris.
What's your stake in this?
It's classified.
Look, there's no way I'm letting that psychopath out. The woman's unstable and a clear public threat.
And what am I, chopped liver?
I'll tell you what, if you meet her and honestly think she should be released, I'll do it.
Without hesitation, I booked it over to the holding cell and avoided all interaction with any sort of inferior mortal fool along the way. Then I got to speak with the fugitive.
I've connected with Jonas Sedaris in her cell, Commander.
I want to talk with you before I secure your release.
You've killed a lot of my people. Don't think I've forgotten that.
Well, I already have.
Now get me out of here, Shepard. Tell Bailey to release me.
Bailey, I've seen Sedaris.
So she's crazy, right? It would be ridiculous to let her out.
So I immediately let her out.
You have to let her out.
Sure hope you don't come to regret this.
I never regret anything, ever. And then I bought literally every single fish possible on the market and had them sent to my ship. With all of that out of the way, I went back to my ship, leaving all of this crappy civilization behind me. But right when things seemed to be going okay, the Tolly cosplayers showed up.
A pleasure to see you again.
I'd hoped for your support in the fight against the Reapers. What's going on?
Essentially, the Quarians were still incapable of dealing with their own problems, and now I had to babysit them. Again.
We'd driven the Geth back to the home system when this signal began broadcasting to all Geth ships.
The Reapers. Where's the signal coming from?
Here. A Geth dreadnought.
Well, this time I would make them work for my help. And by that, I did mean telling them to pretty much risk their entire fleet.
And when the Geth are weakened, you strike hard.
It's a hell of a risk, Commander. But if you can pull it off...
Just be ready, Admiral.
And so I was roped into helping out these fish tank helmet wearing pansies yet again.
Admirals, already a team to hit that dreadnought.
I grabbed my crew of not James and set off.
Take us in, Joker.
But as per usual, Joker flew us right into the middle of a massive space battle and almost killed us on purpose.
Hang tight. It'll just be a minute.
When Joker finally landed, I spacewalked across a giant debris tube and constantly got confused, lost, and disoriented because Joker just couldn't land closer. And then the thing fell apart. So, well, I was stuck there. I made my way through the ship and came across a control panel. Instead of ejecting them into space, I accidentally opened the door and let everyone in. A massive mistake on my part. As soon as we explored the ship for more than 10 seconds, we were immediately attacked by Geth.
Forces are aware of our presence.
So, with the fact that they are robots, and I am a biotic god, we literally just tossed them around like they were hacky sacks at a summer camp. They were insanely pathetic and all deserved to die. But right when things couldn't get any worse, Invisigeth. No matter, I know firsthand that invisible things can die just as easily, so we threw them around the room and slaughtered them one by one. After buttons were pressed, we continued through the Geth fighter, encountering seemingly endless hordes of the garbage-aimed hooligans on top of a giant EMP donut that kept slapping me in the face. I finally found the big button, and, to my utter disgust, it turns out Legion didn't die. Well, kind of.
Shepard Commander, help us.
It is not our ally, Shepard.
So I treated him like trash.
It's just one more Geth, then.
Shepard Commander, wait. We can assist you. We are being used to broadcast the command signal to all Geth.
I'm here to destroy that command signal.
Freeing us will end the signal. You may then destroy us if you deem it necessary.
I reluctantly freed the Legion clone from his bondage, knowing that this would only end well.
Zen, the signal's about to go offline. Tell the fleet to be ready.
Hardware blocks offline. We are free.
And then the circle did this.
Alert! Geth reinforcements incoming!
Of course. Once again, we were forced into ripping through droves of Geth, and now Geth crimes, all to please the Quarian weaklings. Man, if I could just end their entire people, I absolutely would. But no matter, we continued to slay the worthless robots until Legion managed to give us the opportunity we needed to get off of this rust bucket of a shuttle. In the end, it wasn't the Quarians that came to help, it was a Geth. And by the skin of our teeth, we actually got out alive. Wait, why didn't it? Oh, there it goes. Then I tattled on the Quarians.
They fired on the Dreadnought while you were on board?
On purpose!
I can't help them win this war if they're gonna go off half-cocked like this.
We need help, Shepard. We need a fleet. And the Quarians have the biggest one out there.
I'll get it, Admiral.
And so I put my anger aside and I calmly went to go speak with the Quarian Admiral.
Perfect time.
You jeopardized your mission and your people. Get the hell off my ship.
Shepard Commander, we are prepared to offer assistance.
How will they react without Reaper guidance?
This is a false assumption.
The Geth still have Reaper upgrades?
Well, that changes things.
Correct. They are currently disorganized. But once the short-range signal is in place, they will recover.
I need to warn the fleet. Then, coordinate with Garrow. Move!
We need to take out the Reaper base. Where's it located?
Unknown.
Find it.
I completely ignored a distress call to check my unbelievably horrendous war assets. This would prove beneficial to my cause. Well, in the meantime, my top priorities come first, so I rushed off to the reporter and kicked her off my ship.
Allers, I need you to leave the Normandy.
You're kidding. You're not kidding. Is there a reason?
What do you think?
So I'll be going.
Now that the main task was complete, I could deal with the more petty side stuff, like the Geth murdering all of the Quarians. We arrived at a Geth lab, and I was told to connect my brain to their dial-up modem.
Due to restricted resources, it is best if you connect alone.
So naturally, I said,
let's do it.
Mapping to consensus. Remain still.
After Legion told me to remain still, I absolutely did not do that.
Shepard Commander, excess movement during an upload is discouraged.
I got uploaded straight to a sadistic version of Qbert, and with that I just shot a bunch of Minecraft blocks, had a story time with Legion, and then got out, neutralizing all the Geth who were being annoying in the facility.
Shepard, are you hurt?
Did it work?
Turns out Legion reactivated a bunch of Geth while I was playing the Atari, but it's okay, cause they're chill and hip.
We have transferred Geth programs from the server into these platforms. While Shepard Commander removed the Reaper infection, we judged we could persuade hostile Geth programs to reunite with ours. We were correct.
Put yourself above a mission again, and you're off my ship. Permanently.
We will ensure no relevant data is omitted in future interactions.
That's a start. Back it up, and maybe we'll actually come out of this war alive.
Plus, it gave me another reason to yell at Legion.
Let's go.
And then we left. Finally, the ball was rolling and we located the Reaper base.
We've located the Reaper base.
Once the signal is disabled, the Geth will pose no threat to Creator forces.
I could tell Legion was trying to pull some heartstrings here.
Take it out from orbit. The Geth should be easy to clean up afterward.
Obviously, I didn't care whatsoever.
We still haven't gotten a rescue ship to Admiral Kors.
Can he wait?
My war assets were high as it was, so I had to play this safe. Well, I left James on the ship to clean washrooms and we took off. We were met by resistance right out of the ship, so we obliterated all the Geth that pathetically opposed us. We made our way through the Reaper base and just continued tossing Geth left and right, but after a hearty amount of destruction, we were given the typical video game objective. Survive. Which we absolutely did with ease. We just continued punting all the Geth around as though they were some sort of beach volleyball. They did send us a little Geth Prime who was so aggressive I half expected him to try and update me about my car insurance. After a little romp with the Geth, we made our way to the elevator. Nothing would slow us down at this point. Well, maybe 3 Geth Primes all at the same time would. This might have been the most aggravating area I'd ever encountered. Absolutely no good cover, 3 of the most heavily armored units sending a stupid amount of turrets to pull you out of cover, but finally, after many failed attempts, we managed to pretty much just get lucky and not die instantly, so I could actually respond to whatever the heck kind of chaos you'd even call this. But we did it. We crushed them like little babies. With that, they gave me a gun that would orbital strike wherever I pointed. So I pointed it right at my companions, but Joker would not listen to me at all. So I just had to nuke the base instead. But then Joker, on purpose, hit right where I was standing and knocked me down. Turns out the big Reaper guy didn't like that so much. Uber Driver Legion did manage to come pick us all up and put me onto a completely useless turret that did nothing to the Reaper at all, so that was fun. I leapt out of the truck knowing one thing was for certain.
If we run away, the Geth stay under Reaper control and the Quarians are dead. This ends now.
I had a big laser cannon, what could go wrong? And so I blasted this Reaper thing into the Stone Age. The closer it got, the more alive I felt. I wasn't about to let this embarrassment take ruining the universe away from me.
Tell your friends we're coming for them. Never mind. I'll tell them myself.
And then came the Quarians to ask for more favors, like living privileges.
Shepard Commander, the Geth only acted in defense after the creators attacked. Do we deserve death?
What are you suggesting?
Our upgrades. With the old machine dead, we could upload them to all Geth without sacrificing their independence.
That's madness. The Geth would be as intelligent as they were when the Reaper was controlling them.
Yes, but with free will, we would be alive, and we could help you.
Shepard, Admiral Geralt isn't going to break up his attack. If you upload that code, the Quarian people die.
The creators are irrational. They cannot be trusted as allies. Allow us to upload the code, and the Geth fleet will support you.
Wipe out an entire alien race, you say?
Upload the code to the Geth. Admiral Ron, call off the fleet if you can.
Uploading 20%.
Shepard, don't do this! My people will die!
Your people began this war. We will end it. 40%.
Oh, this is good. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Damn you. Damn you all!
Error. Copying code is insufficient. Direct personality dissemination required. Shepard Commander, our skepticism was misplaced.
It sure was.
Thank you.
And with that, I got to watch Legion die again. Oh yeah, and I guess this happened too.
Geth fighters are intercepting fire. Negligible damage. Kinetics are down. Permission to order retreat.
Denied. All ships, full barrage.
Yeah, I'd say that's a job well done.
No. No.
And right when I thought that Tali was the most dramatic Quarian, the Admiral goes and tries to one-up her. Dang. Another kill lost. Well, I just wiped out an entire organic species to save the robotic one they created. Ironic.
Commander, your actions enabled this upgrade. Because of you, we are a people, and we are free.
And Legion?
Dead.
Good.
I am sorry, Commander.
Don't be. That was the plan.
It sacrificed itself to deliver the code upgrade to all Geth units. And we will uphold its promise. We regret the deaths of the creators.
They made their choice.
And the Quarians were completely wiped out. Everything was coming together nicely. Of course, the Council was overreacting
Commander
again.
Shepard, I understand you are bringing a new fleet into this war. I have information for you vital to the war effort. I'd prefer to share it in person. Meet me in Counselor Udina's office.
So now I had to go all the way back to the Citadel to go and deal with more lame issues like probably a homeworld being destroyed by the Reapers or something. We raced on back to the Citadel through Reaper-infested territory, and the Counselor only wanted to talk to me about...
Commander Shepard.
Guess what?
But we do have an artifact on our home world, Thessia. Suffice it to say, it may help you identify the catalyst.
She did justify it a bit by letting me know a final piece to the gigantic space microphone could be found there.
Why the sudden cooperation?
Events have forced our hand. The homeworld has never been threatened before. The Reapers are about to change that. More lives depend on you than any soul should have to bear. You have my prayers.
So with this info, I headed off to Thessia, grabbed Dead Mom Lady, who could soon also be called Dead Planet Lady, and then Not James as well.
My people are dying down there.
Pathetically, Liara was complaining about her currently being vaporized planet.
You could spend all day counting casualties.
I'm sorry. I can't be that callous about my own people.
Yeah, honestly, suck it up.
Hey, buckle up. This one's gonna be tight.
Turns out it wasn't that tight. We were flying in literal open air. It didn't matter. We ran down a ramp to find an Asari lady who on purpose let the Reapers attack their city and were terrible at defending it. So naturally, I had to do everything for them. They put me on Reaper killing patrol, so they slapped me on a turret. But, however, I did slip once or twice and fired on the Asari forces.
My orders are to hold this grid at all costs.
But once things seemed to be hopeless, I demanded information.
I need to get into the temple, and you're gonna help me do it.
I'm not sacrificing my people just because some human I've never met says I should.
You're witnessing the extinction of our entire race. This is the end.
You better know what you're doing.
With the Asaris laying down their lives to get me to the temple, I made sure to take my dear sweet time. The enemies were mostly harmless, lots of very tossable pieces of meat, but then this thing. And I thought the Scions were bad. They literally made the Reaper version of Endermen to just teleport onto you and assassinate you. Luckily, my damage dealt damage, and we killed it efficiently. Hey you, quit your whining. We came in across an Asari sniper who was completely useless, checked out that breathtaking view of the city being dismantled, and found a lady who tripped down a flight of stairs for no reason.
We're trying to reach Outpost Tychus.
You're looking at it.
We watched a helicopter kill one single enemy, as to which they pissed off another Banshee thing, and I had utterly no idea how to escape this thing, so I just dodge rolled around the entire battlefield until I managed to put it down. No idea how I actually lived through that. We were on the final stretch, helping a helicopter actually kill the enemies, and then I tested something very important. Yep, the water physics in this game are 100% in every way better than Cyberpunk's. We finally arrived at the temple, as to which we found 2 dead Asari scientists, so naturally, I made sure they were dead.
Who's that supposed to be?
The goddess Athame herself.
Then Dead Mom Lady bored me straight into a coma. But I touched a thing and immediately got woke.
There's a Prothean beacon here.
What?
It's not something you forget.
That can't be. I can't believe my people would keep this a secret.
Turns out the Asari are a bunch of secret-keeping scoundrels. This world deserved to perish. So we poked a bunch of priceless artifacts until it boosted the Wi-Fi signal of the goddess, releasing a Prothean orb. I immediately demanded answers.
We need answers.
To what question?
The catalyst. We need to know what it is to finish the Crucible.
He explained to me that we are able to construct a massive Reaper-slaying super weapon, but that nobody else had ever successfully done so.
Thus far, none have successfully defeated the Reapers with it.
The problem with this loser is that in their timeline, they didn't have a 10-piece nug. But of course...
Indoctrinated presence detected. Activating security protocol.
This absolute dork shows up.
You.
He summoned the obtrusive man, because that's all he's good for.
Shepard.
I'm finishing the Crucible, and I'm sending the Reapers back to hell.
I can't let you do that. Leng, the commander has something I need.
Understood.
And then he proceeded to receive the absolute butt-kicking of a lifetime and just Naruto ran away when he got hurt. Every time he fully recharged his shields, we immediately destroyed them again, giving him not a moment to do anything except try and activate his cutscene. He slapped Liara into Eddie, and then when I came to put him down, he used what I like to call a coward protector. Well, turns out he couldn't do anything himself, so he commanded his Apache to do everything for him. But hey, at least he complimented me.
Cerberus thanks you for all your hard work.
And then he stole the orb, which was all according to my plan, of course. I somehow managed to climb up these bathroom tiles, but when I reached the top where Liara was just doing nothing, I didn't have enough time to shoot down his stupid heli. Well, at least I got to watch a beautiful sunset. But my joy didn't last. Not only were the Reapers stealing basically free kills away from me, but something so much worse had happened on the ship while I was gone. On top of that, telemarketers wouldn't stop calling my ship.
It is no longer safe for us to remain in this system.
Get us out of here. I'm sick of Cerberus beating us to the punch.
Let's kick them in the balls first for a change.
James, you shut your mouth when you talk to me!
Anyone know where they're hiding?
Specialist Trainer was able to track Kai Lang's shuttle through the relay and extrapolate its destination.
Trailer being useful? First time for everything, I guess.
If Kai Lang went, then that's where we're headed.
It's not much of a lead, but I'm game if you are.
Nope, sorry, James. Go pack my squad's lunches.
Dismissed.
We had no moment to lose. I was about to track down Cerberus even if I had to sell James to the Reapers to do it. But then something very interesting happened.
What do we know, Shepard?
Ma'am, I'm picking up a signal from the facility. It's weak, but I'll try to boost it.
This is Oriana Lawson. Stay away from Sanctuary. It's not what it seems.
Oriana? That's Miranda's sister.
Knowing Miranda's sister was here got me a wonderful opportunity. So we made haste into the facility. Turns out it was Drive Terrible Day on this planet. Well, no worries. We still got to kill everyone outside, regardless of the terrible drivers probably killing most people. And when I went to hack a door, this Cerberus trooper willingly let us kill them instantly. We booked it through the hoity-toity lab and blitzed our way past any of the guards without even losing our shields. My favorite part was when this guy died. As we ventured deeper into the lab, we knew something was off.
Power switch.
This has to be a command center.
And I was right. They were killing them without my permission. Well, killing Husk people is better than not killing people at all, I guess. You're gonna die, nerd. And die they certainly did. It was like they didn't even try. On top of that, they sent in a Banshee to do their dirty work, but I had the power of guns and roll dodging on my side. Also, the ability to pause time. After dealing with the Banshee and the other locals, we fought past their primitive defenses and found a VHS recording.
We've done it. We've found a way to co-opt their control signal.
And how could we extrapolate this technique to apply to the Reapers themselves?
That's a much bigger challenge.
We finally have our link to Cerberus.
Wait, Shepard, there's more here.
Way to sound like an infomercial, Liara. But she was right. Genji Main was here.
Move.
Now there was a reason to kill faster. The fact that the faster I killed meant I could try to catch that bronze rank, no good Naruto running, yop drinking geezer. Naturally, there were still plenty of Geth here, including a wild pack of brutes, not to mention another Banshee who just chased us around the room for 5 minutes straight. But that was it. We rushed off and we burst through the tower door to find none other than
Commander Shepard. Excellent timing.
Put the gun down.
Oriana tried to shoot me. Miranda's poisonous influence, no doubt.
I'm sorry she missed. Where's Kai Lang?
I don't know. Gone. He took my research and left us here to die.
Smart man.
This ends here.
On the contrary, now that the Reapers are taken care of, we have a way out.
Things definitely started heating up, and I was left with the decision.
Let her go, and you can walk out of here.
She's all I've got left. Now put down the gun and step aside. Oriana has already...
I shot Oriana in the leg and then him in the head immediately afterwards. But as satisfying as shooting Miranda's sister and her dad in the head would be, I wanted a different outcome.
Oriana has already been through enough.
I was disappointed I couldn't kill them myself, but this way guaranteed I wiped out the entire Lawson family line all by myself. I was a hero. So anyways, we grabbed the data and called for a pickup.
Cortez, we need to pick up at the tower.
Everyone here was dead. As usual, Angry
I
Admiral.
wasn't in favor of your diversion to Sanctuary, Commander.
I don't remember asking.
The Cerberus lab you raided hinted at something big, but we never expected this.
We need to end Cerberus and focus on the Reapers.
My thoughts exactly.
And with that, we had our heading to dunk on Cerberus. The final moments of the universe were upon us, and there was only one pit stop left before Earth, heading on over to the intrusive guy's house and egging it. I burned a couple of donuts in his driveway before I went in just to show I meant business.
Shepard, the intel you sent looks good. The fleets are ready to go.
But?
Once we're committed against Cerberus, it won't be long before the Reapers take notice. Once we attack, the Crucible won't stay safe for long.
I had now hit the point of no return. My war assets were low, my kill count was high. It was time.
The Reapers and Cerberus started this. Now we're gonna end it.
And so I went to bed. Of course, waking up in this dream again. This time, I ran around as if Chariots of Fire was blaring in the background. But things got real weird when that little nerd ran to someone. They ran to me. And then of course they both spontaneously combusted into flames. Well, that was a weird dream. Luckily, I didn't wake up next to anybody comforting me. That would have been disgusting. When I looked up into the stars, I realized how close my journey's end truly was.
Shepard, we've arrived. The crew is waiting.
It was time to go kick Cerberus's teeth in.
All forward. I don't want a single Cerberus ship in my sky when we're through.
Eddie then forced herself into coming with me on this mission.
Why?
This is the central point of operations for Cerberus. They will have enhanced security measures.
Huh, as if I had anybody else to take, honestly. Like what, do you expect me to bring James? I checked up on Joker.
Joker, what's our status?
We've got a foothold, but it's not much, Commander. A lot of fighters guarding the launch base.
But of course, he was making horrible excuses.
Do what you can.
Shepard, I am ready.
Wait, what?
That's right, Jeff. I'm bringing your wannabe girlfriend, and I'm not afraid to sacrifice her instantly.
I will be fine, Jeff.
And with that, we raced straight towards a star. I pushed a bunch of buttons, and then we flew out from the Normandy in a little useless shuttle. Luckily, the enemies have terrible aim and missed us completely. We crash-landed into the base, and I just started killing people.
Shepard, they're launching fighters!
But I really didn't care whatsoever. I was way too busy killing off the last remaining Cerberus crewmates on top of another pointless mech, and I'm just glad James wasn't here. He would have ruined this moment for sure. Then Eddie was cringe and used an Among Us reference.
Shepard, we need to find a console and stop Cerberus from venting the hangar.
Edie, I've got a console. Go!
Shepard, Cerberus is aware that the venting attempt failed. Reinforcements are inbound.
Cerberus sent in their recruits or something as reinforcements, so we trained them in dying. Then Dr. Liara was promoted to Captain Obvious.
I suspect they know what we're up to.
I pushed a big button, which Uno reverse carted a shuttle straight into the building.
Let's move.
Now a mech did come out of the wreckage, but it just kind of walked around. I'm actually not even sure if it was trying to fight us at all. After that embarrassing fight, I told Eddie to get the door.
Edie, can you get past it?
One moment. Cerberus has updated their encryption. There may be a slight delay as I bypass security.
Delays? What are you, Joker?
Let me know when you're through.
I am through. We must proceed through a sub-level to avoid Cerberus containment measures. Following the destruction left by the fighter will offer the most direct route.
Well, I do love following destruction, so we made our way through the terribly constructed base, murdering all these soldiers who were clearly Cerberus scraping at the bottom of the barrel just to throw whatever losers they had left at us. We ripped and tore through all of them as if it was a Doom crossover until we came across this.
Is that? This is the human Proto-Reaper Shepard destroyed.
I can't believe you really fought that.
You calling me a liar?
I believe Cerberus is using it for a power source.
Well, it didn't matter. Cerberus still managed to muster up a few last pathetic units I can only assume to be lunch ladies or janitors with guns, so tearing through them was no harder than something very easy. We climbed one more ladder, ran through a bunch of overly long corridors until we arrived at the big one.
This is it. Stay sharp, everyone.
Oh, so it wasn't actually just a massive green screen this entire time. It was almost surreal being here. The only thing missing was some sort of, I don't know, maybe a cigarette-addicted tryhard. There's one now.
Shepard, you're in my chair.
So that's why it smells like absolute coward.
Cerberus is finished.
On the contrary, we have achieved everything I ever imagined.
We all saw what you accomplished on Sanctuary. But it's not the same as controlling a Reaper.
A significant hurdle. But thanks to the Prothean VI, I have what I need to make it a reality.
The catalyst.
Yes.
I've given you every chance to listen to reason. Cerberus is done, and so are you.
Once again, you fail to recognize the truth. Cerberus is an idea. That idea is not so easily destroyed.
I've got it.
Enjoy your little chat, but don't overstay your welcome.
Oh, I would. The Prothean explained how Earth was under intense Reaper invasion, as if I didn't already know that, but also how the Citadel was the catalyst to power the Reaper-slaying Death Star.
If you told me sooner, we could have planned for this.
It was feared that if the Reapers were aware of the catalyst's intended use, they would retake control of it. I hope you find success.
Looks like we were heading back to Earth, but of course, we were interrupted by the Genji main.
Not so fast.
You.
He did warn you not to overstay your welcome.
Looks like I was finally getting the fight I've been waiting for. He tried to tip his fedora and teleport behind me, but unlucky for him, he was a scrawny little pathetic weakling. I would say the fight was epic, but it wasn't. He continuously failed to impress me in the slightest as he ran around the room, getting the crap kicked out of him by constant biotic attacks. His gymnastic ability was embarrassing, and his Naruto running was a 3 out of 10. He retreated whenever he got nervous that he was losing, and the most damage he dealt was killing Liara. What a joke. I wasn't impressed, so I shot him. I killed off the last Cerberus employee, Miss Frizzle, and proceeded to finish beating Dream's Minecraft speedrun record easily now that Ashley was too dead to stop me. Well, lucky for me, Ninja Gaiden wasn't exactly 100% killed, so he decided he was still fit for combat even though I did in fact rupture his spleen. There was an attempt. You made me use 0.3% of my power. Not bad, buckaroo. Cerberus was defeated, and I needed a coffee.
The Citadel is in position. The Reapers are preparing to complete their harvest of your species.
I'll stop them.
It is too late. I recommend investigating.
I'll stop them.
Meanwhile, over at Earth, the Citadel has become a giant piece of space corn. I went to speak with Anderson before heading to Earth myself.
I assume you've heard about the Citadel.
It looks like our plan is even more desperate now.
The Reapers have been preparing for something here. Now, we know what for. Well, at least we'll be seeing you sooner rather than later.
Be careful, sir.
You too, Shepard.
And with that, we left the elusive man's garbage system, checked out the beautiful sight of a fully Reaper-infested universe, and headed to the only location available. Joker let the Admiral on the ship because I had the best Wi-Fi so he could do one final live stream.
Commander?
Admiral?
Are you ready to bring the might of the galaxy to bear on the Reapers?
Yes, sir.
Then let's make sure the fleets are ready.
The Solarians were gone, the Quarians were dead, the Geth and the Rachni were preserved. This was good. This was very good.
Never before have so many come together from all quarters of the galaxy. The Reapers will show us no mercy. We must give them no quarter. They will terrorize our populations. We must stand fast in the face of that terror. They will advance until our last city falls, but we will not fall. We will prevail. Each of us will be defined by our actions in the coming battle. Stand fast. Stand strong. Stand together. Hack it out. Get the Citadel arms open. Commander, whatever the cost, we'll do the rest.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to all of us.
I left James on the ship because, well, I wasn't fair.
Approaching Soul Relay, Commander.
The time was finally here. I would witness the consequences of all my actions combined into one moment. Watching all these species join together as one was beautiful. And not because it was epic or grand, but because they had no idea how poorly planned this entire get-together truly was. What all these races didn't realize was that the suicide mission in the last adventure was just practice for me.
All fleets reporting in, Commander. Ready to engage on your command.
There was so much false hope, so many spirits lifted, expecting that I even had the slightest idea or plan in effect. But I didn't. I was sending them all to their deaths.
This is it, everyone. Be ready on my signal. Fire!
As I sent out the fleets, at first they were actually confident. They had some pretty solid numbers. But very shortly afterwards, the Reapers started using even the slightest bit of their fleet, and hope was definitely starting to dwindle at this point.
They're getting torn apart.
Breaking off. Preparing for descent.
So we kinda just slipped out the back door. No need to bother myself with such trivial matters. I had way more important things to deal with. Probably.
Commander.
Joker, in this last moment we'd ever see each other in person, saluted me.
Be careful down there.
Good. Finally, a bit of respect from this no-good mission-jeopardizing AI-loving Dorcas.
Aye, aye.
But not 2 seconds after I left...
Normandy's rejoining Sword.
Get off the comms, Joker.
Normandy out.
closing in on the LZ, Commander.
How's it look?
Like hell? Take a look for yourself.
You think that's bad? You should have seen my place after Pinata Night. Way more blood and dead bodies. But of course, on our way in, a Reaper shot down the bomb squad.
That was the squad responsible for taking out that defense turret.
Who's on it now?
Nobody in the vicinity.
We're gonna take out that Hades cannon.
A bold strategy. Do you have a plan?
Nope.
Ready when you are.
And so we landed on Reaper-infested Earth and immediately had a grenade chucked into our transport, and I got stuck in cover.
Now, go, go!
Well, the moment had finally arrived for me to put everything I had into effect. We fought the Reapers across the desolate wasteland of Earth, watching the giant Reaper shoot laser beams every so often, knowing that every time it did, a lot of people were dying. Then Cortez, on purpose, got shot down and died. Well, goodbye guy I never took the time to talk to outside of missions. We made it to the crash shuttle with the super weapon, so we quickly eliminated all of the pathetic Reapers that Earth's military failed to kill. I picked up the cannon and easily killed a Reaper in literally one shot. But my celebration was short-lived as they sent a Banshee after me. Wait a minute, they're sending Morinth after me! Well, who was I to complain? I finally got to kill Morinth. What an absolute treat. I biotic slapped the ever-living tar out of Morinth until she was nothing more than a pathetic screaming loser. So not much different than the real one. We quickly swept up the rest of the Reapers like the garbage they were and got back to our evac shuttle.
Get us out of here, Corporal. You okay?
I'm alive.
That you are, Commander.
Anderson.
I knew you would.
Here, I refused to hug Anderson.
I appreciate the trust.
The entire galaxy united. Too bad it took the Reapers to bring us together.
Actually, the commander is responsible for that.
Oh, I sure am. I'll take every bit of responsibility here for what happens today.
There's the FOB. Looks good. Give Hammer the all clear.
Our shuttle headed off to the final destination, the closest possible base to the Reaper portal, and I got to watch with joy as many of the shuttles didn't actually make it, and as our ground troopers failed to hold the line. We arrived at the base, and I got to hear the good news about my insanely low war assets.
Looks like we've still got groups coming in.
Yes, sir, but not as many as we'd hoped.
Yeah, isn't it pathetic?
He's right. I expected to see more of Hammer here by now.
A lot of them won't be making it.
I'm sorry about Cortez.
Don't be. I didn't know him.
The fighting here's been some of the worst on the planet. It looks bad, but there's still hope.
Oh, that'll be gone soon.
It'll do the troops good to see you, bolster their resolve.
Not if I have anything to say about it. It was time to start making my rounds across the base. James looked like he wanted to talk to me, so I left. Earth was definitely looking a little rough. Sadly, not as rough as I expected, which was a bit of a letdown. These helpless troopers had no idea what they were doing, so I quickly showed them how to kill Reapers. It made it look like I was on their side. These poor rookies. I quickly talked to Liara.
This is it, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it.
Let's do what needs to be done, Shepard.
Oh, I was gonna do what needed to be done. I also talked to that Prothean guy for the very first time.
Was it this bad in your time?
Another drama queen.
Worse.
I'll do whatever it takes. I didn't come this far to back down.
But I know you will see this through for all of us, no matter the cost.
And of course, I left him hanging.
No offense, but I find that touching a Prothean gets a little too personal for my tastes.
Well, that was awkward. And my final companion, Eddie.
They have superior firepower and outnumber our forces. My question is, what makes you think we can reach the conduit at all?
Because my lust for death gives me strength to do this.
Because I owe them for Thessia. And everywhere else.
And so that was that. All my companions dealt with.
Commander?
Admiral?
Just going over the sitrep.
How's it look?
Less than 25% of Hammer has reported in.
That's it?
I was hoping for less.
There's some stragglers still en route, but the bulk of Hammer that's still intact has arrived. We're as ready as we're likely to get.
This was it. The final push. I've personally killed everyone I wanted to, ruined countless lives, but I was ready to finish what I started.
Every minute wasted here, the Reapers gather strength.
Exactly my thoughts. This will be a one-way trip for many of us. We move forward at all costs, understood?
Hoo-yah! Yes, sir!
Shepard, I'm sending you right up the gut where the resistance is heaviest. Support the tanks the best you can, but stay alive. I need you for the final push to the beam. I'll give you a minute with your squad. Pick your team well.
Oh, I knew exactly who I'd choose for this mission. In these final moments of peace, I took one last good look at my entire squad together. Definitely too many still alive if you ask me. And so I gave my final speech.
This war has brought you here today.
Specifically, a war orchestrated by me. That's right, you're all a pawn in my game. This was my plan. Garrus, Kasumi, Kaden, expendable and forgettable. That's my motto. By the time I set foot on the battlefield, I will have forgotten all of you even existed. Each of you will die today in horrendously gory and painful ways, and I cherish that thought. I am 10-piece Nug, and you're all a bunch of losers. Well, it was finally time to decide. I chose Liara since she's been there since the beginning, but next I dressed up James all dork-like and chose him as my second. I had to kid him out because I hadn't bothered with him since that first mission on Mars. I needed him on this mission for one very important reason. And so we took off, deep behind enemy lines, with only Liara and I's wits about us, cause James definitely wasn't contributing to that pool. We did have the element of surprise, but James decided we shouldn't have that. And it began. We fought across no man's land quite easily, just killing all the frontline Reapers who probably had no idea what they were actually doing. The toughest part, of course, was having to fight another Banshee, but by this point, we understood how to put him down. We smashed around a bunch of inferior husks and brutes, watched Liara get the crap kicked out of her, and pushed onward through the city, just absolutely insta-killing anything that moved, Reaper or not. We happened to stumble across the Reaper boardroom convention, which was a great relief from the action since it was practically like shooting fish in a barrel. After brutally destroying 2 brutes in a back alley, we found the final door. And while we walked through that door, we watched the Reapers fry everyone else in a 10-block radius. All in the time it took for us to get through that single door. We arrived at the missile battery and quickly killed off all the nearby Reapers who, if they're even remotely smart, had the best opportunity ever to literally just tip over the trucks or something.
Major, what's the situation?
The beam's interfering with missile guidance.
I may be able to use the Normandy systems to enhance the missile's targeting capabilities. I'll need you to open a link to the Normandy from the missile systems.
I established the connection, but naturally, it was time to survive a bunch of Reaper waves until the missiles were ready.
I'll let you know when I've adapted the targeting systems.
Well, luckily I was here, because I fought Reaper wave after wave with ease, and that was of course until they sent out the Banshees. That's right, plural, as in multiple Banshees. Since James was almost entirely useless against them, it was pretty much up to Liara and I to take them out, and there was not a whole lot of success going on, that's for sure. We chased them around the battlefield over and over again, trying to figure out any sort of pattern or tactic, and for the longest time, there was nothing. Until I found the Banshee Cannon, or at least that's what I figured it's called. After a couple rounds of figuring out their movements, I managed to isolate them and actually deal with their tomfoolery. I was magnificent. After the Banshees were dead, we killed off the remaining Reaper cowards and activate the console to fire the nukes right at the Reaper scum.
I've reprogrammed targeting. Missiles are ready for launch.
I typed /launch missile and away they went. But of course, Joker's almost girlfriend on purpose made the missiles, well, miss.
What happened? The Reaper is still too close to the beam. You will need to allow the Reaper to move out of the beam's influence.
And closer to us.
Hammer's being overrun at every turn. Reaper ground forces are converging on your location. We're fighting our way to you. Hold on, Commander. Hold on.
More are coming?
Hold on, everyone.
I wasn't gonna fail this close to the end.
We can do this.
And so round 2 of the missile battery defense fired up. This time with 400% more brutes and 0% Banshee cannons. I basically just dodge roll around the battlefield for 5 minutes straight, hitting the brutes when I could, and hoping I wouldn't get pinned into a wall by them again. As soon as I thought we were safe, Big Bird showed up, which actually ended up being a super easy fight, and I don't even think he hit us once. And then we were done. Except for more Banshees showing up. I honestly had no idea how we were gonna fight through this part without the Banshee cannon, but that actually didn't matter because I would just die to the Reaper laser anyways. Well, after fighting Banshees for what felt like an eternity, there was a moment of let-up, allowing me to activate the console without killing off everyone else in the room.
The destroyer is in range. Missiles are ready for launch.
So I hit the button, and there was peace in the land.
Within range.
The Reapers surrounded us, but James finally started to pull his weight and actually killed some stuff for once. On top of that, the Reaper was now close enough to fire on, and we poked it right in the eye with missiles.
Hit him with everything you got!
Shepard, we're on our way to your location.
It didn't look good.
It gets worse.
Of course it does.
Several Sovereign-class Reapers, including Harbinger, have broken off from the battle with Sword. They're headed here. It's an opportunity for Hackett to get the Crucible in place. But we have to get a team on board the Citadel to open those arms now.
And that's our job. Find out what we're up against.
Looks like we are finally ready to make that last push. So we all got into one of those trucks that always ends up getting destroyed and took off for the portal. As we prepared for the last stretch of my mission, Admiral Hackett prepared to protect the Death Star on a stick with the few remaining forces he had left, courtesy of my party planning skills.
Any available squadrons, delay those Reapers leaving the battle.
We're in sight of the target.
All right, everyone. This is it.
So our truck got destroyed. Go figure. But it didn't matter whatsoever. We were on the front porch of the Citadel portal, and they sent another Reaper destroyer. But it wouldn't stop me. This was the final push.
We gotta move!
And so I ran. I ran like I've never ran before. Not even when I was escaping the Collector's base had I ran with such intense ferocity. But of course, easily destroyed truck tried to kill me, but I was too quick on my feet to die to something as stupid as that. Liara and James, on the other hand, barely escaped with their lives. I tried to run back, but I wasn't fast enough. I wasn't expecting to lose them this early. So anyways, I kept running at maximum speed to the portal. The Reaper fired on me, but I glared back at it to show them how little I feared death. So they blew up another truck beside me, and then they shot me. Of course, this was all part of my elaborate scheme, as they left thinking I was dead. The sheer amount of death around me and dying trooper in front of me fueled me to fight with every remaining fiber of my being. See this marauder? He is actually the worst. And I made it to the portal like I knew I would. Easiest mission of my life. As I was beamed up to the Citadel, the dwindling fleet above me was being dissected like frogs in a middle school. They had absolutely no chance of success whatsoever.
This is the Admiral. We've got reports that someone made it to the Citadel. We need to give them time to get those arms open.
However, the Crucible was still intact and en route to the Citadel, this ultimate hope for the survival of all organic life. As for me, I was teleported straight into the Citadel's dead body storage containment center. I tried to nap for 1 second, but ain't no rest for the wicked, I suppose.
Anderson, you up here too?
I followed you up, but we didn't come out the same place. You okay?
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty good, actually. And so I made my way through the room.
Yeah.
That is a lot of dead people. I was so close to my end goal I could taste it. Well, it was either that or the taste of me drowning in my own blood. It was still hard to believe that everything, all of my killing, all of my sacrificing of companions, the murder of galactic species had brought me here, to this moment. And there was Anderson. It was me and him against the universe.
Anderson.
Shepard. I can't.
Oh, and this moron was here too.
I underestimated you, Shepard. Control is the means to survival. Control of the Reapers, and of you, if necessary.
Why waste your time with us if you can control the Reapers?
Because I need you to believe.
I tried to believe, but it just made my head hurt.
Look at the power they wield. Look at what they can do.
Wait, did he make me do that, or did I just do that voluntarily? Either way, all good.
I see what they did to you.
This isn't about me or you. It's about things so much bigger than all of us.
Use the Crucible to control them. End the war. You can't, can you? They won't let you do it.
No! I'm in control. No one is telling me what to do. The two of you so self-righteous. Do you think power like this comes easy? There are sacrifices.
It's not too late. Let us go. We'll do the rest.
I can't do that, Commander.
Of course you can't. They own you now.
You'd undo everything I've accomplished. I won't let that happen.
You're nothing more than the Reaper's plaything now.
No! You're the one who failed.
Oh, I didn't even hesitate on this one. I'll admit, making him go insane, but getting the kill for myself was very satisfying. I made it to the console and typed in code 10-piece nug, and with that, the Citadel arms opened up. I did it.
There. Earth. I wish you could see it like I do, Shepard. It's
Don't make me shoot you again, old man. The final ships protecting the Crucible sacrificed themselves to allow it to dock onto the Citadel, a moment that gave all the universe hope for a future to avoid total annihilation.
All fleets, protect the Crucible.
Well, I went and took a seat next to Anderson, knowing that my journey was coming to an end.
Commander?
We did it.
Yes, we did. It's, quite a view.
Best seats in the house.
Feels like years since I just sat down.
Think you earned a rest. Stay with me. We're almost through this.
You did good, child.
I'm not a child.
You did good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir. Anderson?
And with that, I got to witness the death of Anderson firsthand, knowing that it was my bullet that killed him. However, one thing wasn't going according to plan. I was bleeding to death.
Shepard? Commander?
But there was no time to die.
What do you need me to do?
Nothing's happening.
No.
The Crucible's not firing.
No, I needed those kills.
It's gotta be something on your end.
It can't be on my end. Did you try turning it off and on again? They were so demanding of me. This was their fault. Well, it didn't matter because I started to ascend. As the Citadel fully extended its arms, I woke atop it, greeted by none other than the one that got away.
Why are you here?
Where am I?
The Citadel. It's my home. I am the catalyst.
I need to stop the Reapers. Do you know how I can do that?
The Reapers are mine. I control them. They are my solution.
Timmy, you sadistic scoundrel, you!
Chaos. You bring it on yourselves.
Oh, I know I bring
The
chaos.
created will always rebel against their creators. But we found a way to stop that from happening. A way to restore order.
By wiping out organic life?
No, we harvest advanced civilizations, leaving the younger ones alone. Just as we left your people alive the last time we were here.
But you killed the rest.
We helped them ascend, so they could make way for new life, storing the old life in Reaper form.
I think we'd rather keep our own form.
No, you can't. Without us to stop it, synthetics would destroy all organics.
Fine by me.
We've created the cycle so that never happens. That's the solution.
The defining characteristic of organic life is that we think for ourselves. Make our own choices. You take that away, we might as well be machines just like you.
You have choice, more than you deserve. The fact that you are standing here, the first organic ever, proves it. But it also proves my solution won't work anymore.
So now what?
That depends on you. You have altered the variables.
What do you mean?
The Crucible changed me, created new possibilities, but I can't make them happen. If there is to be a new solution, You must act. It is now in your power to destroy us. Others will be destroyed as well. The Crucible will not discriminate. All synthetics will be targeted. Even you are partly synthetic.
Then I wouldn't be using this piece of garbage.
I made it this far. We'll destroy you without setting it off.
Impossible. You are vastly outnumbered. You have sacrificed most of your resources just to reach this point. If you do not use the Crucible, the Reapers will not be stopped, and the cycle will continue.
I don't believe you.
Your belief is not required. The path is open. There is only one way ahead. And you must now choose.
This was it. At the end of it all, my mission since the beginning was this. For me, there was only one option.
No. I'm gonna end this war on my terms.
Then you will die knowing that you failed to save everything you fought for.
I fight for the right to choose our own fate. And if I die, I'll die knowing that I did everything I could to stop you. And I'll die free.
So be it.
The cycle continues.
And here, at the end of it all, I remembered it all. Every mission, every kill, every person that fought by my side, and every person that died. Every action I took, every word that I spoke, all leading to this one final moment. The final breath of a galaxy. A final breath of my own. And there I stood, alone although embracing consequences as if a friend. And then